If I told you this peaceful wildflower hunt in Niagara Glen would end with a police drone and firefighter rescue, you'd think I was making it up. It is a beautiful sunny Saturday, and I'm heading out to explore Niagara Glen, especially the spring flowers along the Trilling Trail. The Trilling is the provincial flower of Ontario. This is the trail map. It looks like if I follow the blue line, I'll get to the Trilling Trail. The staircase marks the trailhead. When you look down, a narrow path zigzags along the edge of the steep ancient cliff. This area was the ancient Niagara Falls 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. It's a best-kept secret that Niagara Glen is a great hiking and rock climbing destination. Here is the trail marker number 1. Niagara Glen cliffs are made of sedimentary rocks such as limestone, dolostone, shale, and clay. Fossils are often found embedded in the rocks. When I see these rocks, I start to think about my friend Bonnie. Years ago, she taught me a cool secret. Rocks tell stories. She even gave me my first fossil. This area was once covered by a shallow tropical sea hundreds of millions of years ago. That's why fossils of ancient marine life, such as coral, brachiopods, and trilobites, can be found here. One day I will return to look for fossils. Now I have arrived at trail marker number 2. I'm not alone here. The rock formations are really amazing. I hope Bonnie was hiking the trail with me. What is this? How did we meet? Back then, she was a young university professor of geology, and I was studying law. We actually lived in the same rental house. Bonnie went to McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, which sits right on a massive cliff called the Niagara Escarpment. She received her Ph.D. in geology. From her, I first heard the word Niagara Escarpment. A group of young rock climbers are trying to scare the massive rock face. No, I won't laugh at you. Not this time.
Come on, yeah. And you cross through. And I
Bump again. Right hand up.
realize this. You bring your hand out.
You got it.
Yep.
That's the right.
Got it. Yep. Armored
Because if you hold it like this, because that's what you naturally.
Wow,
have to do.
great job.
When you
Come on,
bring your
Kyle.
left hand up, you try to pull up on it.
You got it.
Yeah.
So you
Bump
bring it
left
up
hand
and
up.
then move your right hand back
You
down.
got it.
I asked the young man where the Trilling Trail is. They showed me this map. It looks like if I continue on the blue trail, eventually I will find the orange trail. That's where I can find my Trilling Trail. Great! Another trail marker is ahead of me. Now I am on the cliffside trail. This trail would take me to the Trilling Trail, I believe. Wait, there is a post for a missing person. I hope they find her all right. It looks like I'm still on the blue trail. Maybe I should continue further on the blue trail. Now, when I'm hiking, let me tell you more about my friend Bonnie. Now, I find myself walking through beautiful places she would have absolutely loved, thinking about our old memories. After I finished law school, Bonnie moved to America to teach. After graduation, I started to practice law in Toronto. One day, Bonnie visited Toronto with her new American husband, Joe. At dinner, I asked, "So, how did you two meet?" I'm still on the blue trail. Now I see trail mark number 5. Joe laughed and told me a hilarious story. I'm still laughing today. I asked more people about the Trillium Trail, but nobody knows exactly where it is. Maybe I'm the only person who cares so much about the Trillium because it's a provincial flower of Ontario. So what did Joe tell me? It turns out Joe was working hard on his Ph.D. dissertation in the university's computer lab where Bonnie was teaching. That's a very big book-length paper you have to write at the end of the Ph.D. program. Once he finished it and proved it to his professors, they call it defending the paper, he would officially become a doctor of geology, the science of rocks. He was this close to being a rock doctor. Then he stepped away for a quick break. Then guess what? When he came back, a random woman was sitting at his computer changing his paper. That woman, of course, was Bonnie. For someone who's already a professor, Bonnie was just trying to be helpful. But Joe was furious, and they started a big argument. Who the hell are you? How dare you? They argued and argued. Neither of them would give up. Finally, Bonnie said, "Hey, why don't we just go get dinner together? Is that a weird first date? You tell me." I laughed so hard because I know exactly how Joe was feeling. Bonnie did the same thing to me. This trail is getting very, very difficult. I still don't know where the Trillium Trail was. I asked many people and nobody seems to know. I thought this is going to be an easy hike, but it turned out to be a real adventure. But this is a beautiful part of Niagara Glen that I didn't know existed. Now let's come back to my story about Bonnie. I shared the story with Joe and now I'm sharing with you. I was also writing a school paper for my law class. English is not my first language, so I asked Bonnie to fix my grammar. She happily agreed, but when I got my paper back, I was astonished. I said, "Bonnie, fix my grammar is fine, but you edited the judge's decision. That's the law of the land." So we all had a good laugh. Where am I now? I just asked the girls. They don't know where the Trillium Trail is, but they told me ahead of us there is a waterfall. Wow, I'm so excited. A waterfall. That will be a nice surprise. Bonnie was just so kind and helpful that you couldn't help but love her. Her romance with Joe lasted for the rest of their lives. In fact, they loved each other so much that when Bonnie suddenly passed away, Joe died just 1 week later. Bonnie was an older and a caring friend. This must be the wild ginger. One winter, my hydro bill was abnormally high. As a law student, I didn't have a lot of money. Before I even knew what was happening, she was already on the phone with the power company trying to sort it out for me. In August 2021, we were chatting on the phone and she asked me when I'd be coming to visit her place in Long Island, New York State. I told her I'd just made plans to go to Quebec City, but I would try to come to see her in October or November. When I got back from my trip, I gave her a call. No answer, so I sent her an email instead. I did get a reply, but it wasn't from Bonnie. It was from her former student, who was the executor of her will. The student told me Bonnie had passed away suddenly, and Joe passed away just 1 week later. Bonnie had actually told me once that she didn't think Joe would last long without her. But that was just too soon. You maybe wonder what Bonnie and Joe look like. I do have photos of Bonnie over the years, but it will take some time to search through my many hard drives. Fortunately, I found her obituary in the New York Times. I captured a screenshot from it, and I'm sharing here. Isn't that a beautiful photograph of Bonnie and Joe? So I must have arrived at the Walpole Trail. But where is the Chilean Trail? How could it be possible that I missed the Chilean Trail? Wait, what is that red thing ahead of me? Well, in part 2, I'll show you the incredible beauty, the unexpected dangers, and how I was ultimately rescued in the pitch dark by a team of police drone operators and firefighters.